did you ever resent like when, like Austrian artists or German artists did residencies in LA and you're like, you motherfuckers.
So on a very personal note, my mentor
And by
Cranbrook
that,
is
but I'm
Danish.
not just, I want to
No,
clarify,
well,
Germans have funding from the state. Like, I'm not shitting on Germans just out of
you
nothing.
but you kind of should. So I worked with, so my mentor was Danish, and him and his partner are Danish, and both of them work with the Danish Arts Fund. They just have money. Like our friend, one of my friends is also like, the Danish Arts Foundation is so supportive. This is my pitch for the Danish Arts Foundation to please support your podcast as well. As like, they just got like, they're like, you have a project. What is it? Here's some money.
Oh,
Like
Jesus.
you want to do like I think they were inviting curators from here to go to Denmark to do studio visits with their artists. It's like, why are you all getting so much money?
Yeah.
I learned that they have these like things called 3-year grants where they just like pay for you for a couple of years. You know what I mean? They're like, here's some support. You can work. You can
We
do
can't
a
have nice things
residency.
in America ever. It
I'm
sucks.
so upset about it. I'm upset
Yeah.
about it all the time.
Well, when like my sense is that when they come and they like visit LA, and there's a couple of residencies over here that I've come across people from, and like it also is like there's like culture shock there because there's like an iciness that I think Germans tend to have, but like it feels a little bit like when first of all it's like now you guys are coming in and you're getting all these opportunities that like artists here would kill for, and like I don't want to be too scandalous, but it feels like when white women go to Africa and take pictures, and they're like, "Oh, I'm
I
in Los
mean,
Angeles," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're rolling out the red carpet for you. Why?" It's like
I
some
mean,
foundation. So it's like. It makes me, as an artist, it just makes me feel like, oh man, I gotta like show in my own house.
it is infuriating. I mean, that's not worth. Yeah, it is the like. It's also the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to pick my words a little bit more carefully, knowing that this is going to be recorded. Um,
I get a little
uh,
wild sometimes. So.
no. I. The other thing that is driving my current thought is I got a new job, which is very exciting, but
Mhm.
it is part of it is having conversations around it's programming, and my lens is sort of like creating accessible programming, whether that means like folks who just accessible programming, especially around like equity. And so it is the like, if your government is going to give you a ton of money, you're probably going to have space and time to like make great work and go to residencies. But if your
Yeah.
government gives you no money and is like, can you have a full-time job that gives you like 10 vacation days? It's like, well, I only have 10 vacation days, and I either have to choose to see my family or like go on residency
Yeah.
and then pay for that residency. So it is the
Yeah.
like,
Out of your own
I get
pocket.
extra jealous because I look at them and I'm like, yeah, I would love if my government paid me, and also I got opportunities from that. Like it's
Across the
purely
pond,
jealous.
and I became an international artist in a fucking art market that everybody like, dude. But like, and then the other thing that happens is that like they're problematic, dude. They like we have this whole like cultural thing where we're trying to be conscious about colonialism and shit, and they're like I've had Germans come and tell and talk incessantly, like just like shut up level about like Polish people, which is especially troubling. And then I had another one that was like that she was Austrian, and she's like like sorry, trigger warning, but she's like talking bad about somebody that was in the gallery that was represented too, and she goes and she was Asian, and she was like gesturing to the face, and I was like, and like there was a bunch of us like just sitting there like what.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
It's fucking crazy. And then those people, so that group of people, I'm not gonna name names, but at one point they hosted a show in like not in the Bendix building, which the Bendix building has its own like sort of like moral quandaries and issues, right? Like as a that I have to deal with as a Monte Vista, as a newly minted Monte Vista member. But these guys were just basically hired to throw like an art show in this loft that was newly built. And then I had friends from here that were showing at that, and I was like, it's like, oh, you guys don't respect the space at all. Like don't care about the culture. Yeah,
there's a couple of spaces here where we do a lot. Claire and I can be judgy bitches, and we do a little side eye of like, saw your name on that group show. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Deep.
Making choices and not all of them good, but it yes. I think we could get both of ourselves in a bit of trouble.
Oh, yeah, I'm always doing that. The good thing is that no one listens to the show.
Oh, no. That's what you say, and then there's going to be an LA Times article that's like, there's this podcast, and they're
just throwing shade at everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, if I did throw shade, I would probably be bigger. Because then the community would listen.
Claire and I have like talked about just having a hot takes podcast of just like, here's our hot take for the week. Like, it's not nice, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that the people that I've referenced in this episode so far are either people I don't know personally and are not directly connected to me, especially
they're not going to hear it.
Yeah, the people that come to like the Germans and the Austrians that I've referenced, and the friends that I've talked to about it, like that are associated with the story. They fucking know what I think about that, So it's not like I'm like behind their back, I'm just not naming names.